Beauty is something every society claims to understand. Every generation has its own idea of what makes someone attractive. The perfect body, the ideal face, the features that represent youth, health, status, and even morality. But what we consider beautiful today would have looked completely different centuries ago. A muscular Greek athlete, a pale Renaissance noblewoman, a curvy Hollywood star, and a modern K-pop idol all represent different moments in history where culture shaped our perception of perfection. Because beauty is not just about biology, it is a reflection of society, technology, wealth, media, and the values of each era. So, how did we go from the statues of ancient Greece to the carefully crafted images of modern K-pop stars? This is the evolution of beauty standards. When we think about classical beauty, one of the first images that comes to mind is ancient Greece. For the Greeks, beauty was closely connected to balance, harmony, and proportion. They believed the human body could represent perfection. The ideal man was athletic, strong, and symmetrical. This was not just about looking good, it represented discipline, virtue, and excellence. The Greek concept of kalokagatia connected physical beauty with moral character. A beautiful person was not only attractive but also considered balanced and noble. This can be seen in famous sculptures like the Doryphoros, which represented the ideal male body through mathematical proportions. The male physique celebrated broad shoulders, a narrow waist, muscular arms, and a powerful athletic appearance. The female ideal was different. Greek sculptures often represented women with soft features, smooth skin, and balanced proportion. However, unlike modern beauty standards, extreme thinness was not necessarily the goal. The ideal body represented fertility, health, and femininity. Beauty was about harmony between different parts of the body. The Romans inherited much of Greek culture, but transformed beauty into something connected with social status. Appearance became a way to communicate wealth and influence. For Roman women, pale skin, elaborate hairstyles, jewelry, and expensive clothing became signs of privilege. Maintaining beauty required time and resources. Cosmetics, perfumes, and skincare routines became common among wealthy Romans. For men, strength and authority were celebrated. The ideal Roman man was masculine, disciplined, and powerful. Emperors often used portraits and statues to present themselves as youthful, strong, and almost godlike. Beauty became a political tool. Looking powerful meant appearing worthy of power. During the Middle Ages in Europe, beauty standards changed dramatically. Physical appearance became heavily influenced by religion. The body was often viewed as less important than the soul. For women, beauty was associated with modesty, purity, and grace. The ideal woman was often portrayed with pale skin, long hair, and a delicate appearance. Pale skin became especially important because it suggested someone did not work outdoors. It was a sign of wealth and higher social position. Beauty was no longer only about the physical body. It became connected to morality and virtue. The Renaissance brought back many ideas from ancient Greece and Rome. Artists became fascinated again with human anatomy, proportion, and physical beauty. The ideal Renaissance woman was not extremely thin. Instead, beauty was associated with curves, softness, and femininity. Paintings like The Birth of Venus represented an idealized female form with long hair, pale skin, and graceful proportions. For men, the Renaissance ideal was the universal man, someone who was physically strong, intelligent, educated, and skilled in many areas. Beauty was connected with human potential. In the 19th century, especially during the Victorian era, beauty became associated with elegance and restraint. Women were expected to appear delicate and feminine. The hourglass figure became highly desirable. Corsets were used to create extremely narrow waists and emphasize curves. However, this ideal came with restrictions. Women's bodies were often shaped around social expectations rather than comfort. For men, the ideal image was respectable and disciplined. A gentleman was expected to appear controlled, educated, and socially refined. The 20th century completely transformed beauty standards because of mass media. Movies, television, magazines, and advertising allowed celebrities to influence millions of people. In the 1920s, the flapper became popular. Women embraced shorter hair, slimmer figures, and a more independent image. Then Hollywood created a new era of beauty. Stars like Marilyn Monroe represented the glamorous feminine ideal of the 1950s, with curves and a confident presence. But by the 1960s and 70s, standards shifted again. The rise of models like Twiggy introduced a thinner, more youthful aesthetic. By the 1980s and 90s, fitness culture changed the ideal body. The perfect physique became athletic. Women were encouraged to look toned and fit. Men were expected to become larger and more muscular, influenced by bodybuilding and action stars. The rise of figures like Arnold Schwarzenegger popularized the muscular male body worldwide. The 20th century changed everything again. Before social media, beauty standards were controlled mostly by Hollywood, magazines, and fashion industries. Now, anyone can influence culture. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube created a new type of beauty. Perfect skin, perfect bodies, perfect lifestyles. But this created a contradiction. People had more freedom to express themselves, yet they were also exposed to more unrealistic images than ever before. Filters, editing, cosmetic procedures, and carefully curated online identities created new pressures. Beauty became something that could be constantly optimized. One of the biggest modern examples of a beauty standards comes from South Korea. The global popularity of K-pop has introduced a completely different aesthetic to the world. K-pop idols represent a carefully designed combination of music, fashion, fitness, skincare, and personality. The ideal K-pop appearance often includes clear skin, youthful features, a slim but athletic body, carefully styled hair, fashionable clothing, a polished image. Unlike older Western celebrity culture, where individuality and imperfections were sometimes celebrated, the K-pop industry often emphasizes precision and perfection. Many idols follow strict training programs involving singing, dancing, fitness, diet, and appearance management. Groups like BTS and Blackpink have helped spread this aesthetic globally. The K-pop beauty ideal has become one of the most influential standards among younger generations. From ancient Greece to modern Korea, beauty standards have never remained the same. The Greeks valued proportions and physical perfection. The Renaissance celebrated curves and harmony. Hollywood created celebrity-driven ideals. Social media created endless comparison. And K-pop transformed beauty into a global high-cured performance. But the biggest lesson is that beauty standards are not fixed truths. They are created by culture. What one generation considers perfection, another generation might completely reject. The human desire to define beauty will never disappear, but the definition of beauty will continue to evolve.